Reports indicate that the United States has conducted airstrikes targeting Houthi-controlled areas in North Sana'a, Yemen. We have a lot of stuff to talk about. It's not only these airstrikes over in Yemen. There are threats going out from the United States over to Iran as well. And there are a lot of geopolitical tensions regarding World War III. And we are seeing Trump, quote unquote, get angry. So, first things first, I'm going to lay it out. We're going to talk about SPY and GameStop a lot in this video. Then we're going to touch a little bit on Bitcoin and then prep you with the economic data as well as the earnings for the week. So watch until the end, subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed already, and like the video as it does help the algorithm. So I was just looking over a few things to prep the week to try and figure out how the market is going to open. Because where we're trading out with the market, the setup is very ugly, but are we due for a turnaround? And as it stands right now, probably not, but I'm going to explain when I think that will happen. Now, there are attacks on over in Yemen from the United States, so we have issues over there. Then we have threats towards Iran. Additionally, the U.S. has deployed B-2 stealth bombers to Diego Garcia, signaling a readiness to act if diplomatic efforts fail. Now, he issued a stern warning to Iran, Trump did, stating that unless Iran agrees to a new nuclear deal with the United States, it will face unprecedented military action. Now, we've seen Trump's original stance state that he is going to try and get us out of wars. He's standing against war. But now he is putting his foot down and he said, well, if we don't get what we want, then we will go to war, basically. And then he's saying that he has extreme frustration, per se, with Russian President Vladimir Putin over stalled peace talks concerning Ukraine. He criticized Putin's additional demands and suggestions regarding the leadership of Ukraine, labeling them as misguided. Trump has threatened to impose severe tariffs on Russian oil exports if a ceasefire is not reached promptly, indicating a potential tariff range of 25 to 50%. Despite these tensions, Trump mentioned plans for a personal conversation with Putin within the week to address these issues directly. Okay, so we are seeing a lot of geopolitical tensions, and Trump basically says that, hey, if you don't want a ceasefire against Ukraine, we're going to put our foot in and we are going to up these tariffs over on you, which is not good for the overall market. All of this news is not good for the overall market. I anticipate that futures open bloody red and can kind of give us a sign as to how the market is going to react, and I'll give you some levels in a second. But obviously, we have quote-unquote Liberation Day, where April 2nd, yes, Wednesday, Trump's potential 25% tariffs on imported vehicles could escalate trade tensions and negatively impact the auto industry, manufacturing, and global trade. Markets typically react negatively, yada, yada, yada. We have a lot of reciprocal tariffs potentially coming in April 2nd that Trump will not delay. Now, what I want you to note, first things first, these are getting priced in. However, there are other things that are not getting priced in that will cause the market to sell off further, in my personal opinion. Now, we have a couple of scenarios. We have a bullish and bearish scenario. But before I give you that, I kind of want to talk about GameStop really quick because I do think it correlates. Is the Requel as simple as a replay of March of 2020 when COVID hit to where we're at now? We talked about how it could correlate to swaps in these major banks expiring, these contracts expiring. But let's just take a look at the charts to put very simply, right? This is from December to March into April GameStop's chart of 2020. Okay, right down here, you can see the date of 2020. This is where we're at now. Very, very simple. We had this sort of double top. We wicked slightly out of this channel. Sort of double top, wicked slightly out of the channel. Same exact time frame. Bloody sell-off right there, where this arrow is pointing. Bloody sell-off right there, keeping us in this channel. Okay, ultimately, when did this wick out and fake out of the channel? March 26th. March 26th, we topped, wicked out of this channel. Started getting flushed. We come and we look at GameStop here. Started getting flushed immediately back into the channel. What do you know? This was also a Friday. You come and you look at Monday. Well, what happened Monday? Monday, we got some sort of... Monday, actually, we got a huge down candle, then a little bit of consolidation, and then another huge down candle before scaling higher. So what do I expect? Well, to put very simply, I expect GameStop to wick down, probably, you're probably not going to like this, Two, if this is the case, right? If the requel is as simple as just a requel, wick down to 18 or sub 18, and then immediately what happened? Immediately we bounced a hard bounce. Now, this is not going to be the same price range as it was back here, which was 150% bounce. I'm going to tell you right now because this bounce was less and we are seeing somewhat diminishing returns. However, this could be a little bit different if the market decides that it actually wants to crash, but I do see about a 90% jump at least, which will bring us back up to 34. So push down to sub 18, buy range, my opinion. Nothing I say is financial advice. Push back up to 34. This is just a possible scenario. I've given you charts. I've showed you what GameStop has showed us. And as of right now, this is just what it looks like to happen. But I can show you a little bit further on that example. This is March of 2020 on the S&P 500. What I can tell you right now, to put very simply, the SPY right now, right? Bringing the drawings in. If this is very hard to tell where it's going to go for you, here's what I want you to know. If we at any point break back out of this descending parallel channel where we started it, okay, and then we take this high of this relief bounce, we drag that channel out. If we break it back out of this, I'm calling the market sell-off over and I would switch long. And I would switch early long. Okay, so I want to put that out there right now. Now, if it were to do that tomorrow, just hypothetically, we'd have to get back above 571. I don't think that's going to happen. I think we see a very, very harsh red day tomorrow, likely bringing us sub 550, probably 537 Monday or Tuesday. Now, bullish case scenario, when could we see that bounce? Will the SPY bounce with GameStop's bounce? Well, it actually did. And if we look, we have this sort of scenario, right? Where if we get strong data that comes out, then the markets will bounce. So here's my prediction. Here's my prediction for you for the S&P 500. You can write this down, right? Bring you on the 4-hour time frame. I think Monday, Tuesday, maybe Wednesday, the market sells off and brings us down to probably 525. Okay, 525 as a potential bottom for the SPY. Thursday, this is the outcome opportunity that we have that happens. And let me find it. I have economic data, jobless claims. Okay. Thursday, we have data coming out that will affect the market. Strong employment data. If we get strong employment data on April 4th, this is going to bring back optimism. And also, April 2nd will have passed where reciprocal tariffs come into place or whatever happens, it clears uncertainty. It clears uncertainty for investors. So we have a bloody beginning half of the week and then a sharp rebound towards the second half of the week. This is scenario number one. And if that does occur from the market's peak, that would only bring the S&P 500 down about 14.27%. This also happened with a lot of historical corrections, about a 15% correction. So we could wick down to that 15% range down to 520. I'm not calling that off. We could wick under this channel. Okay, I'm just letting you know that right now. But just expect a V-shaped recovery off of any positive news. And this is just one prediction. Okay, this doesn't have to happen. We will reevaluate throughout the week, and I'm not calling for this. Okay, GameStop could squeeze off of this possibly. But you can see back here that it took a little bit actually coming into August, October, November, so on, so on, so on. And then goes January of, that would be 2026. So the fractals don't exactly have to line up, especially with what we're seeing in the overall market. Also, a little bit of tin, crazy tin actually, from the Big Short. We saw that 1.3 billion picture with Dr. Burry. And then it says, looks like the collapse of the financial sector is imminent at that 147, which correlates to the Roaring Kitty numbers and a lot of tin that people have been covering on X over the past 6-7 months, maybe even longer, right? It's time. It could potentially be time. He'll do it himself. He'll make a wager with you, so on and so on and so on, all from that thumbnail. Now, the Brazil government advisor wants to create a strategic Bitcoin reserve. I'm bringing this up because Bitcoin doesn't look actually as weak as the market, which is surprising because this can trade ahead of the tensions and start to give us our sell-off. Either way, I'm waiting for that wick down to 73K. And if the SPY gets down to 525, I'd watch 66 on Bitcoin. So those are just some levels to watch. But as far as the reserve goes, what we have is we have a lot of Bitcoin adoption, brand new adoption, and we have price action that isn't moving. So there will be, it's almost guaranteed demand for Bitcoin over a long span of time. But right now you're not moving upwards. So at this point, I'm taking dip buy opportunities as very good opportunities on Bitcoin. Here are the earnings for the week. If you don't have them, screenshot them. Not much, but you can see that we have BlackBerry reporting before the open on Wednesday. BlackBerry is another squeeze play, and we will be watching this one very closely. And I also want everyone to know, don't forget about AMC. Yes, it's been looking bad. Yes, their business model has been looking a little bit iffy. The CEO, there are mixed emotions on him, but we can't forget about that because a lot of times these short sellers, these market makers, these corrupt bastards will rip the other one. Okay, so we really need to just still pay attention to AMC. There's still a lot of corruption in both these plays, and I'm hoping GameStop is the one that just brings them out of the swamp together. We also have somewhat that tin with the Kansas City shuffle, all that other stuff. But that is what I got for you guys for today's video. Hopefully you enjoyed watching or found value out of the video. Hopefully you enjoyed your weekend. Happy Sunday. God bless all of you. Make sure to check the links in the description for one, my Discord server where we talk stocks and crypto in there all day long. And then the second link is for a free broker where you can get up to 30 free stocks, each valued up to $2,000 per stock, and earn 8.1% APY whenever you're not trading on the cash that's sitting in your account. That is a free broker, no strings attached. Just sign up and deposit through my link and you will start getting those benefits. Also in the Discord server, we would love to have you join the family. We talk stocks and crypto, best vibes, best people. There are no bad questions. I don't care if you just started trading and you don't know what you're doing or you don't know what this means. Just go in Discord and ask, talk about it. Spread the positivity in there. And then we also have tons of alerts in there. So it's well worth the price. I'm telling you, try it out. If you don't like it, feel free to leave. But I want you guys in the family, in the community, so we can chat. I also post my trades as soon as I take them. It's hard to get to all the YouTube comments. That is it, guys. I love you all. Lottery Stocks out.